Saturday morning, 7 kids clubs before lunchtime, and you might think that sounds really chaotic, but there was such an overflow of joy today, and I'll tell you what that looked like. So to start with, from 8:30, the 4 swimming sessions begin, staggered, and the doors to the swimming baths are open because it's like a stifling sauna inside the swimming. But if you're outside, you get the breeze and you can look through the window to see them swim. And what we do, it's in between 2 buildings, it's a secondary school, and they shade each other. So even in that heat of today, we were in the shade, and usually we use that space to have a fencing tournament, and we have like sabres, these swords, and we have so much fun. My 8-year-old goes to fencing club, and then the little ones join in, and even anyone else that is their siblings that are waiting to go for their swim lesson or watching their siblings, they come and join in and do a bit of fencing as well, whether it's their first time or you'd be surprised. There's quite a few fencers in St Albans. But we left the fencing sabres at home this morning, and instead I found in the car underneath one of the seats 4 table tennis bats and 8 ping pong balls. So instead we brought those with us, and we decided to make up our own game, which involved hitting these tennis balls to each other. They were bouncing off the brick wall. There was it was like bricks on the floor as well, so if it hit the wrong part on the crack, it would fly in the wrong direction. So it was completely unpredictable, no skill required kind of game that we could all get involved in. And we were either playing in pairs, or you can imagine there's the picnic benches along this kind of alleyway between the buildings, and it meant that there were like separate little courts where you could hit your ping pong ball against the wall and practice doing some solo table tennis / fives / squash type practice. And the kids recently have taken up squash, which they love. So this all ties in, and they're having a great time. However, I think it's about half an hour, 45 minutes that they can play this kind of game, and then they turn it into something else. They sat down at the picnic benches and they were rolling the little balls along the grooves and racing them. Whereas I had just started getting into this whole game of solo bouncing the table tennis ball against the wall, and I was squatting to get the low shots. I was backhanding, running all over the place when it hit off at the wrong angle, to the point where where people want to kind of get through, and it's as though I was taking a photo and they didn't want to get in the way. That kind of thing was happening, and I kind of looked more like I was taking it so seriously. I was training for the Olympics. And so that's what we did this morning whilst the swimming sessions were going on. One dad came by and he said, you do know there's a table tennis table, a real one, just around the corner? And yes, we did. But we decided to make up our own game anyway that was far more fun than that. Plus, this table tennis table was on a slight incline, so to try and play the rules with something that's not quite right isn't great. That's frustrating. But playing somewhere that's completely obscene from the rules is what makes it so joyful and fun. So that's what we did this morning. We didn't fence. We made up our own game using table tennis rackets and ping pong balls, and it was great. I hope you've had a great Saturday as well and kept as cool as possible. It's nearly 7 p.m. and the sun is still shining relentlessly out here. It's the UK. We love unpredictable weather.